Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today Susan is with me to discuss a 1942 movie
Yep.
starring Bela Lugosi, The Corpse Vanishes. First time I've ever seen this movie. I don't know if it's the same for you, Susan.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be fun.
Yep.
A story of virginal brides supposedly dying at the altar and the bodies vanishing from the morgue. Yes, this one's a strange one. I'll go over to Susan for her opening thoughts. Susan, over to you.
Well, this has got, creepy guy all over it. This is it could have been like the Countess Bathory story in a way, because they refer to the wife as Countess, and it could be a story of news people poking their noses in where they don't belong. It's just Bela Lugosi again at one of his best. He's great. He eats the scenery, and he's properly scary, and then the other people in the household are tropes of other people. I mean, there's the short, the little person, there's the mentally challenged person, and who loves to touch hair. I mean, it's basically Steinbeck's Lenny, right pulled right out of that. Anyway, gets in trouble, gets beaten, and then killed for that, and then and it is or it could be a story of this is what happens when men start to just think about nothing but themselves. They lose their minds and stuff like that. So I like the police and the other people, they don't really have a clue what's actually going on, and
Just like today.
Yeah. Able to be fooled by somebody just looking officious, which I guess is kind of like today. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's a it's a really fun movie, and it's super short, and it's super exciting, and it's got plenty of action, and it's got plenty of there's even like a chase scene, and it's definitely high drama, and it's a story. It's a really good story. So yeah, that's my opening thoughts on Corpse Vanishes.
Well, yes, it's a different type of movie. I mean, it's only just over an hour long, which I was surprised at. I mean, you don't often get movies that short. As you said, Bela Lugosi eating the scenery as always, playing Dr. Lorenz, who is trying to keep the Countess is his wife, isn't she?
Yeah.
Countess, Lorenz, trying to keep his wife young looking, youthful looking, by injecting her with fluids from virgin brides, which will be rare these days.
I don't even know if they had to be virgins. They just needed to be, in that bridal moment.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
I mean,
why bride?
the news lady was probably not a virgin.
So I mean, if you wanted to, don't highlight that you're stealing bodies. Don't do it at weddings. But anyways, yeah, by stealing fluids from the women's bodies and injecting it into the countess, which is what the young people of today do with Botox.
A little bit.
Was this the sort of forerunner of Botox?
Oh, perhaps.
Because that's what I was thinking when I was watching it. I'm thinking, well, it's a woman who's 70, 80 years old who wants to stay young. He injects her with these things in her face or neck or whatever, and she looks all smooth again. I think it's Botox.
It is Botox, but also it could be that stuff that they talk about in Hunter S. Thompson books, adrenochrome or adrenochrome or adrenaline or something. Anyway, like that.
But now, forevermore, for me, Bela Lugosi invented Botox.
Funny.
Yeah, as Susan said, there's a cabaret of freaks who are in his mob. As you say, you've got the nuzzle person, Toby, played by Angelo Rosetto, and then you've got Angel, who was the one who liked to touch the hair and stuff like that. Did you know he was an American boxer?
Frank Moran?
Yeah, Frank Moran was him, and he fought twice for the heavyweight championship of the world.
I didn't know that. I don't know boxing. I didn't follow boxing.
He
the
was
only boxing that I know is Rocky. I'm sorry. I have no clue about any of that.
But there you go. I mean, he went from boxing to film star, and those are the sort of roles he was getting.
Yeah.
And what was I'm just having a look now. The Patricia Hunter, the news reporter, a strong character. And while I was watching it, I was thinking, that's just like a Lois Lane character.
Yeah.
So strong-minded.
Or Sarah Jane Smith.
Or Sarah Jane Smith, yeah, but the American wise, but the first thing what came to me was Lois Lane sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Because she wouldn't take no for an answer. She wanted to find out. She was investigating the orchids. But yeah, I mean, it's got everything in this, hasn't it? It's got mad scientist sort of thing. It's got secret passages in bedrooms. You've got your bosses what don't believe you. You've got your sleepover friend who doesn't believe you, even when you're knocking him up during the night saying, "I've just seen someone in my room." And then and that what made me laugh was the
Dr. Foster, that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Foster didn't really believe her, but then the next day he came to the newspaper office to see them, and then he blurted out all this about this, that, and the other. I think, how the hell did he know all this?
Yeah.
They were doing experiments in so and so. And I'm thinking, well, why didn't you say that last night? But for me, it's Bela Lugosi all the way in this. Because he's an iconic actor, and he'll always be remembered for Dracula, of course. And he never really shook that image, to be fair, and he was always typecast as those sort of roles. But if it's not broken up, fix it, as we say.
Yeah.
Any of your favourite moments, Susan?
Well, I did like I liked it when the 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 hearse was trailing the other hearse,
Yeah.
and they set one on fire, and all the police get out, and then they go look, and there's nobody in there, and they've driven up behind him, opened up the back, moved the corpse into the other hearse, and then take it off again, and then they're pulled over, and Bela Lugosi is in the coffin after all of that. And there's like a proper chase scene in there
Yeah.
with the police and the hearses and the corpses. And so Bela Lugosi was probably on top of the bride's corpse at the point. So I mean, like, fun. It's just a little gross, a little fun, and
That scene as well. I mean, with where they're following the hearse and they've got a police escort,
yeah,
and so they go off to that car what's on fire. What made me laugh was the two motorbike cops was near the car what was alight, and one of them said it's most probably a decoy.
I know.
Go over there then.
So why aren't you looking at why aren't you looking at what you're doing? I mean, it was like Keystone Cops.
Yeah. I mean, that scene as well, as you say, when they open the hearse and there's Lugosi laid in the coffin. Dracula again,
Yes. And then like the drawers full of women's bodies in the basement. Yeah. I thought it was funny. And the first couple looked like my parents when they got married. They were cute, they were vivacious, there were all this like energy and stuff, and like, that was the way my parents were when they got married. And I'm just really glad my mom didn't disappear. I'm glad Dr. Lorenz wasn't messing around then. And I just get this, because it's all about, this countess receiving some Botox. I just get this feeling like it's like Elizabeth Bathory, all of that. I need all these young people's energy and suck all their blood out. But she bathed in their blood. That's the difference. That's why it wasn't like Bathory, but I get it.
It was more like Magnus Greel.
Oh yeah.
He wanted, because we're Doctor Who fans, if Talons of Wing Chiang.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got that idea from this sort of movie.
Maybe.
Yeah, to rejuvenate the body.
Yeah.
Getting young women.
Young women. Oh, that's right. And so, as a counterpoint to what I was talking about with our last podcast that we put together, this was made in the 40s, but in this story there was lots and lots of powerful women. There was the Countess. There was Patricia. The what's her name? Patricia,
Hunter.
the news lady.
Yeah.
And then there was Faga, the woman who was like whose children were Toby and
Angel Toby. Yeah, she was one of the hook nose, wasn't she? And looked a bit, yeah.
And then all of the powerful women, like brides that there were. That was really something cool. And like and I just, I also like the fact that it was written, there was an original story that it was based on, and I don't know where they got that, but it was written by like 3 different people.
Oh right, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And the other thing that was interesting was let me see if I can pull that up. Come on, go. Is it was directed by Wallace Fox, and Wallace Fox was he was known for a lot of sort of fight 'em up stories, like almost noir stories, like bad, you know, in the 40s and the 30s. Annie Oakley, Bad Men of Sounder, and Brenda Starr, reporter, and there's a lot of he directed a lot of powerful women's stories too, so that was also interesting. So he was different. He was a different kind of guy, this Wallace Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scene as well with when Patricia opens Dr. Lorenz's bedroom door, and there's him and the Countess sleeping in coffins. And when she confronts him, he says the next morning, "Yes, we find it more comfortable sleeping in coffins." Oh, well, I'd be straight out that door.
You're a loon. You're not a.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. It's so funny.
But, I did like the procedure of what Lugosi was doing, the medical procedure over the operating table. Gloves on, swab, throw the swab,
Yeah.
get the long syringe, and it was, that was all drawn out in, near the. I thought that was brilliantly done. And then you say he did it again for the Countess, swab, throw the swab.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was really precise. It was really choreographed. You're right. Yeah. It was really cool.
So yeah, it put a lot of thought into it as well. A little bit of trivia. I'm just looking here on the page of this movie. There's a bit of trivia. Lugosi appeared in another movie of the same year, called Bowery at Midnight.
Oh.
And in a scene in that film, outside a cinema, there's an advertising poster for the Corpse Vanishes outside the cinema door, featuring Lugosi's image and name. And Lugosi was in that movie.
Oh, that's cool.
In-house advertising.
That's very meta. If you don't mind me stealing from Facebook now, their whole new thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the sweet thing is, like, Lugosi was so good before he got hooked on morphine or heroin. He was so good. He was the best. At these villains, and he always played a good villain. He was like Robert Carlyle. You could count on him to play any kind of, Dracula.
But he may have played villains, but they were likable villains.
They were.
A likable rogue. Dracula. Everybody liked Dracula.
Yeah.
As I say, he's been in nearly every role he did. He was playing a similar role.
Yeah.
Except the Frankenstein one he was in. He didn't play that sort of role there, but every single role it was always the eye play, wasn't it, with Lugosi? The eyes. He always concentrated on his eyes.
Yeah.
Like that image behind you there, Susan.
Yes.
The eyes.
Yes, quite.
I agree. If his career hadn't taken that nosedive into the world of drugs, what could have been, eh?
Yeah, he could have. He may have lived into the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
He started in the 20s, so yeah.
He's up there. Lugosi is a screen legend. Yeah. Always will be now. But he's up there with Karloff, Chaney and Chaney Jr.
Yeah.
all those early actors who brought us those classic horror movies of the
Yes.
Universal years, and all those. An iconic actor. It's just a
Yeah.
shame the way his life went, to be honest. Um,
Agreed. I completely agree.
and,
100%.
and as well, his career, as from Dracula onwards, or later on, sort of was spent in the B movies. And this is a B movie. There's no denying that this is a B movie.
Yeah.
um, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, but with the subject of stealing corpses and killing brides, all for the pursuit of beauty. And that's what we're getting today with all the
So,
young people of today, the pursuit of beauty,
yeah.
having their face lifted here, face tucked there, an injection there.
Yep.
This was the beginning. I blame Lugosi.
And I love how in so many of these movies there's always dead bodies disappearing.
Yeah, there is. Did the brides die in this?
I don't know, but that orchid
'Cause-
must have been some powerful, powerful stuff.
Because I'm sure it was mentioned that they might not be dead, but then it was never mentioned again.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, why keep if they're dead, why keep the bodies?
Right.
He's drained them of the fluid he wanted.
Right.
So
Maybe
maybe there was
he, maybe he wakes him up, and I don't know that but he keeps them in nice or organized drawers.
yeah.
I mean, these really, I mean, he's a hell of a lot more well organized than I am with his dead bodies.
I don't want to know where you keep your dead bodies, Susan.
I know, right? I'll never tell.
Oh, that's okay then. Anything else you'd like to say about The Corpse Vanishes?
No, that was it.
It was a fun movie, a strange movie, but a fun movie.
Yeah. And it wasn't except for Lugosi, it wasn't really scary. It was fun scary.
Well, it's classed as a mystery horror.
Yeah.
So it's more of a mystery thriller, isn't it? Because Lugosi's in it, they always class it as a horror.
Oh, okay. Oh,
for me, it was a sort of a mystery thriller.
Yeah.
But still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Funny in places.
I completely agree. Yeah, it was amazing.
So
and I loved the soundtrack of it. The music was good
of that era, of course.
Of that era, but yeah.
And that sort of soundtrack was used in quite a few movies of that era. Similar sounding.
Yeah.
It brings back great memories of sitting down watching late night movies on the channels, the black and white movies.
Yeah.
It's good to sit down and watch an oldie every now and again.
Yeah, and so, I like the fact that it was in black and white. That's also good.
As I just said,
I know this poster behind me is in color, but it was in black and white.
Yeah, but the movie poster is what used to advertise these was in color.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yeah, so okay then. Final say and score?
Sure. I think that Bela Lugosi was, I mean, as an actor, he really had a power behind his acting. He munched scenery quite well. His physicality was great. His eyes were like Lee had said, were amazing, and and I really liked this movie. I'm pretty sure I liked everything that Bela Lugosi did. He was
apart from the morphine.
apart from the morphine or heroin, whatever he was doing. Yeah, that we don't need that anymore.
No, not anymore.
Poison. Anyway, but I'll give this. I'll give this 10 out of 10 newspaper reporter suitcases. Yeah.
Oh, thanking you, Susan. Well, I'm not going to score it as high as that. It's an enjoyable movie. It is what it is. You know, sit down, throw your brain away at the door type of movie. You don't need a high IQ.
That's true.
You don't need a high IQ to watch this. But it's still an enjoyable, and it's only 62 minutes long. Flies by. I just can't understand why it's so short. For me, I'm going to give it 8.5 lip fillers out of 10. It's a good movie. It's enjoyable for what it is. It's not up there with Gone with the Wind and Sound of Music.
All right, but even so, for what it is a 10.
It's a 10 from Susan. It's a 10 from Susan. It's an 8.5 from me.
It does everything though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there.
I just wish it was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So a bit more screen time with Bella and stuff like that. More Brads going missing, but it is what it is. So that's our little review of The Corpse Vanishes. You guys check it out. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's public domain. So go watch it. It's only an hour long. So enjoy. Because we did.
Sure did.
Sure did. So I'd like to thank Susan for joining me today. As always, it's always a pleasure.
Yes.
We love making these things. Please, guys, if you want to be in the gang, get in touch with us. We're on Twitter, Facebook. I've got Instagram. We're on YouTube, as you say. We're watching these on YouTube. If you're watching us and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to us. And also remember, press the bell notification button, and you'll get a little notification when we've put a new video up. 2 to 3 a week, when we've put them up. And if you'd like to be on the casts, all we ask 18 plus, because sometimes
I swear
when there's a full gang of us here, sometimes it can get heated. Discussion can, as soon as it's swearing and stuff like that, it can get heated.
Talk about sex, talk about drugs, talk about all the other stuff.
That's why we just like to have 18 plus. We don't like to have minors hearing stuff like that. And also as well, we do need you to have a working camera and microphone on your laptop or PC or tablet or whatever you do have at home, and you can come and join us as long as you're in the time zones what work out for us the best. Because Susan's only 5 hours behind me, so that works well for us. If you're 13 hours behind or 13 hours in front, I don't think it would work. But
sorry, India.
Sorry, New Zealand.
Sorry, Siberia.
Yeah, we've got a long list of apologies now. No.
Yes.
But yeah, you feel free to contact us. We say we're on all the social medias. Just leave us a message, and if you want to be on, in the gang and joining, discussing movies, TV shows, music albums, audio dramas, get in touch.
Yep.
Because we'd like to see some new faces.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit lonely just hearing me and Susan just lately.
Yeah. And since it's almost December, we're moving to doing some more Christmassy stuff, and our audio drama this week will be The Crown by Torchwood. Torchwood's The Crown.
The Crown, yes. Not the TV series.
Not the TV series, not nothing to do with Queen Elizabeth II, but Queen Victoria, actually. So it's an earlier version of The Crown.
Yeah.
Done by Torchwood. Just not,
Yes, we're gonna do a few Christmassy things, videos leading up to Christmas, starting next week.
Yep.
Because we're going to be doing that movie you suggested, Susan.
Oh, good. The candle, the Christmas candle.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
All right, that's great.
And another Christmassy movie, which we haven't
That
decided.
one's got Sylvester McCoy in it.
Oh, there's always a connection, isn't there?
Sylvester McCoy was also in a Dracula, just not a Dracula with Bela Lugosi.
No.
I really like Bela Lugosi. Just FYI.
I'd never have guessed.
I know it's strange, but he's like Hungarian and he's cool and he's like.
Would you like some Hungarian members in here?
Sure. Yeah.
If anybody
Bulgarian or Romanian or
if you guys out there
or
if you're from that area,
yeah, totally.
Come and make Susan a happy bunny by joining our gang.
Yep. Do. Yay, Hungary.
Yeah. So yes, because we've got Kevin, haven't we? A member here who's from where's he from?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands, that was it. That's the word I was thinking of. He's from the Netherlands. So we sometimes try and understand what he's saying.
Yep. No, he has perfect English.
His English is very good, actually. Yeah.
He has perfect English. I mean, he's bloody brilliant.
We don't discriminate. If your English is not that good,
Doesn't matter.
That's okay. It doesn't matter because our English isn't that good, really.
Nope. You're right.
Susan's American, so her English is awful.
So what?
I'm British. I can say that.
Oh my God.
We
sass. Jesus.
And on that note, before she takes an axe to
I disappear. Before I vanish, actually.
Yes. We'll leave you with that. So until next time, folks. See you now.